Yep, there's the pre-roll beats. 4, 3, 2, 1. Da 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 da. Greetings and salutations. Brian?
That wasn't me.
Was it Brian or was it me?
Morgan, I didn't.
I'll never tell.
Okay, let's try this again.
No.
Brian. We had the same brain cell there for sure.
Yes, we did. Fantastic. Well, anyway, hello and welcome to another round at the Groggy Donkey. I'm here with all these wonderful people, taking Jacob's thunder. Yes!
All right, cool. That works. I'm Jacob. I'm the voice of Arioch.
I'm Morgan, and I'm the voice of Bishop 3.
I'm Brian, and I am the voice of Grime.
I am Talia, and I am the voice of the DM.
Nice. All right. As always, before we get this show on the road, if you like what you hear, be sure to hit that like button, follow, subscribe, leave a comment below. I don't think anybody comments to the side or above, but if they did, do that too. And yeah, tell all your friends about us, and thank you for being here. So yeah, Talia, take it away.
Arioch whispers to trees in the light. Elven senses tuned to nature's blight. Rooney calls the spirits from the deep. Death cleric secrets never to keep. Bishop clangs with metal might. Roaring thunder in the night. Grime's got a grin and a glint in his eye, bugging the criminals with a fiendish try. Raise your glass and join the chorus, friends. At the Groggy Donkey, hearts are warmer than the brew. Laughter's ringing out like bells, the night feels ever new. Raise your voice and share a story, let the games begin. Time stands still within these walls as we all join in.
Ooh, yeah. So last time, you guys rode the omelet from, what was that little town? Dove's Glen. Up the road into the foresty areas, and I left you guys kind of stranded, just standing in the forest as you guys are walking through. So we will pick back up, walking in the forest. It's probably starting to get, like, the sun's getting low in the sky, setting in the east, and the that brilliant, like, golden light shining through the trees, coming through. What do they call that? Golden hour. So like everything is all sparkly and golden colored, and you can kind of feel the evening setting in. It's that nice little cool evening breeze start to set in. The evening flowers are starting to just slightly open up and bloom, so you can kind of smell those. All the little critters are starting to. All the daytime critters are starting to go to sleep, or getting ready to go to sleep. So you can see kind of some of the squirrels rush into the trees and stuff as you walk past. Arioch was leading the way because of his fantastic nature senses and survival skills.
Yes, I'm a great druid.
Yeah, with your 9. And then, so you walk along. It is starting to get dark. Do you guys want to keep going in the dark, or do you want to make camp and wait till the morning? That is completely up to you guys.
This would be like the first time that we actually like camped under the stars on the podcast.
Is it?
Yeah, I vote that we do that.
You guys have always hit up and in?
I
know we have since I've been.
Pretty much.
Yeah. No, actually, what about Apple Core? Applegate?
Apple cone?
Apple cone.
Apple Cone. That's
No, I
spent
think
forever,
we were in
Kyle.
like some sort of like barn or a storehouse of some kind.
No, we were outside.
Yeah, I think you
Were
guys
we?
slept in the fields.
Oh, that's right, we did. Okay, so this would be like the second time that we did it, but yeah.
Yeah.
I say we camp under the stars, that we commune with nature.
The whole party agree?
Yeah.
Yeah, should be fine.
Cool.
Yeah.
So you guys set up your camp. Is there a campfire you guys are lighting?
Oh, absolutely. Put a little stones around a pile of wood, light it on fire, get some rations out, and start eating away.
Cool. Arioch, since you're the first one that spoke about fire, roll me a survival check.
Oh my god, okay. Shouldn't have said anything. 22.
It is a damn good fire.
Thank you.
The fire is perfect. You guys we'll say even with a 22, you're even able to catch like I don't know, like a small squirrel or a couple squirrels or whatever while you were gathering firewood, and that way you guys have at least a slightly decent meal before you guys go to bed. How describe the sleeping situation? Like, are you pitching a tent? Or are you rolling a sleeping roll? Are you just sleeping straight on the ground? Like, what does
Always.
everybody do?
You can't just ask somebody a question.
Yeah, that's it's pretty vulgar. I think Arioch would find a place that's, near the fire, but kind of, far enough away from it that he's not going to like, a log's not going to fall, sparks aren't going to fly up and get him. But he's just going to sit there and meditate. He'll lay out like a mat of some kind, but because he meditates, he's just going to sit and meditate that way.
Does Fungus do the same?
I think Fungus would definitely try to do that, but would end up just falling asleep in his lap.
Okay. Bishop, what do you do?
I slump up against a tree, and
Okay.
I don't do anything else.
Are you close to the fire? Are you like kind of away from the fire?
Yeah,
Like standing
whatever.
guard? Okay. Grime, what is your sleeping situation?
In a tree.
In a tree. Okay, perfect.
In a tree.
In a tree.
Is it like near enough to the rest of the campsite, or
I
like
would
do you
be
try
able
to
be
find
within
something?
visual sight.
Visual sight. Okay. All right. So you guys set up your camp. You eat a nice little meal, and you start to drift to sleep. I need a. Actually, all of you are. Damn, all of you guys. have really high-
I'm choosing not to sleep.
choosing not to sleep. Okay. Well,
I don't have to.
I mean, you,
as a
technically.
Warforged, I don't have to.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. So you're standing guard.
Sitting guard, but yeah.
Okay. I need you to roll me a Constitution. Not Constitution. A perception check.
Yeah, that's an 8.
Oh no.
All right.
Too much time. Error messages compiling.
You're distracted by some of like the little bugs that you see flying around. There's like some fireflies flying around. You didn't really have this on Nork, so you've never seen fireflies or like a full forest like this before. So you're like, even though you're kind of listening and watching out, you're like very distracted by all the nature around you because it's very foreign and you've never seen this stuff before. So it's fascinating to you. So you've got like kind of an ear open, but not really. Kind of like, well, I don't know. I'm going to say this as a parallel, but I don't know if you necessarily, all of you can relate. But when you go in to make dinner and your toddler's playing in the living room, but the next thing you turn around, they're in the bathroom playing in the toilet.
No,
You're
can't actually relate to that.
You're kind of listening for them to make sure they're not getting into trouble, but then all of a sudden the silence just goes, whoosh, and you're like, okay, what is my toddler doing? And then you turn around and they're in the toilet. Kind of like that. Because your little toilet moment there, Bishop, is when you look up, 2 of those little fireflies don't turn out to be fireflies. They turn out to be eyeballs.
Okay.
As you see, not too far away from the camp, a wolf. You see one wolf in front of you, about 15 feet away.
Okay. I wake everyone up.
Cool. Are you shouting? Are you talking? Are you shaking? How are you going to wake him up?
I'm just gonna. Bishop ever shouted before? No, he hasn't. He's just gonna talk. He's just gonna talk.
Just
Yeah.
casually talking.
Basically, yeah, he's like, I need everyone to get up now.
Arioch, do you think that would wake you up?
Well, I think mechanically, as an elf, that
Just verbally doing that?
I don't know. I mean, should I make like a perception check to see if I do hear him?
I mean,
Since
how long
you-
Actually, I would probably specifically talk to Arioch. It's a wolf, right? This is probably, this is some druid shit. I could recognize. He's good with animals. I saw the bird fox thing, right?
It's a good point.
Yeah, I recognize.
Okay.
Game
So
recognize game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
so it's
standing in
just
front of
gonna
him,
go
just
there,
being
yeah.
like, I need you awake. Okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I would still say roll me a perception check, Arioch, just because like
Okay.
you are in a trance.
Oh well, if I notice he doesn't do anything when I say it, I'll
That's
shake
a
him
dirty.
awake.
I rolled a dirty 20 for perception, so
Okay, so he heard you the
I
first
don't
time.
have to.
I crack an
Um,
eye.
I'm gonna suppose that Grime, you're out cold, you're asleep, so you probably didn't hear any of this.
Yeah, if he's just talking, that would be it. I wouldn't.
Yeah, definitely not.
So
All right.
so with Bishop saying like, "Hey Arioch, I need you awake. There's a wolf." Arioch is gonna crack an eye, and then he's gonna gently touch Fungus. Be like, "Fungus, go wake up Grime." And then he'll-
Oh wait, no, I do know what wolves are. I have to think about that for a second. This isn't the first time we've experienced wolves. I know what a wolf is.
yeah, we've experienced wolves before.
Yeah.
So then I'll stand up, and I will cautiously move towards the wolf. Just be like, "Hello there, little guy. Aren't you just hungry looking?" Why don't
This is
you
the
just-
moment when the eldritch horror emerges?
Wouldn't that be some shit? Why don't you just move along there, friend, and just leave us be?
Did you hear me growling?
Oh no, I couldn't hear you growling. Oh, he's still he's growling at me. Well, there's no need to get aggressive about it. Are you hungry?
Oh?
Would you like some food?
So maybe this.
Oh?
Oh,
Oh,
now
you're-
you're howling and calling your friends. That's beautiful. All right, you know what? You've overstayed your welcome.
Food.
What was that about Eldritch horrors?
Sorry. They normally do that.
They don't normally do that. Nice. All right.
In between each growl, you kind of hear like a run, little prey.
I cast Call Lightning on the wolf.
There you go.
Call lightning.
Dexterity saving throw.
All right, hold on. I gotta get my dice already. Dexterity. All right. What's the damage?
18 points of lightning damage.
As soon as you do that, you hear it. And like just fried wolf in front of you. As soon as you zap the wolf, you hear off in the distance some more howling, more. So you hear off in the distance.
Well, there's more of them. That's for sure. Fantastic. All right. Can we tell where they're coming from?
They're wolves, so they obviously hunt in packs. So there, you sound like you're surrounded.
Okay. Can I tell if one is near me within 120, or do you want me to roll initiative first? Because
Yep, go ahead, all of you. By this time, Grime, Fungus has climbed the tree, and Fungus, woken you up.
Do you only shake me?
What's that?
So does he only shake?
No. He's Fungus.
Very well. Yeah. Ryan would be like 5 minutes.
Push him out of the tree.
Yeah,
Push him out of the tree. It's easy.
by the time like you open your eyes and you tell Fungus like 5 more minutes, you can see the lightning just fry that wolf. Yeah, go ahead. Did you guys roll initiative?
I did. 22.
Yes.
No.
So Arioch, you said 22.
I did.
Bishop, you said 13.
13.
13, and then Grime has 6. Okay, so it's in that order. Arioch, Bishop, Grime, and then it'll be the wolves. So Arioch, you get the first strike.
Cool. Can I tell? Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no. What's your first move? What are you gonna do? How are you gonna tell where there's any?
Well, I heard some of them howling, so I'd like to try to perceive based off of that if I can tell where one might be.
Yes. Go ahead.
Perception check.
What's your passive again?
17.
Yeah, there is one about 20 feet from you, across from the that is very annoying. One across from the campfire.
Okay.
So it's just on the
cool.
other side of the campfire.
Well, my concentration is still up on Call Lightning, so I need a dexterity saving throw, please.
All right. Oh my gosh. 6.
11 points of lightning damage.
Yeah, you fried his ass too.
And then I guess I would just kind of try to run 30 feet towards where another one might be that I could try to tell, and then I would stop, and that would be my action and movement.
Yeah, so after that second one that you zapped, you see 5 of them jump out of the bushes from all around you guys. So you're able to run basically right up to one.
Okay.
It is now Bishop's turn. There is a wolf 10 feet from you to your left.
Oh, damn. Left, you say? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna go for that one then.
All right.
Let's go. Yeah. Oh, that's a 19.
Yep, that hits.
Okay. Let's see. Great Axe. Oh no. Come on to my detail. There you are. Oh, there you go. Plus 5. That's 16 points of slashing damage. And 1 point of necrotic damage. Total of...
Your great axe, is that a 5-foot reach or is that a 10-foot reach?
Oh god, I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's a 5-foot reach for the great axe. But I'm
Okay, so
getting
you-
right
you-
up onto the wolf.
Yeah, I walk right up to it and just okay. Yeah, you're
Yep.
able to decapitate that wolf. Just you walk right up to it, just and then another wolf jumps out next to you, within 5 feet of you.
Oh, cool. I'd take another attack. If he's in range, if he's in melee range.
Yep.
Whee! That time. Ooh, even better. Plus 6. That's math. 24.
Oh yeah.
Well, fancy necrotic damage. That is going to be 13 points of slashing damage.
Yeah, same thing. You chop the head off the one, the other one jumps out of the bush, and you just reactively just slice him
Let's
right
go.
open, right down the side. Any movement?
No, I moved a little bit to get to that one wolf 10 foot away from me. So.
Okay.
That's all I do.
Grime, I'm assuming you're still in the tree.
For now, yes.
Okay. There are 2 wolves below you in the bushes that you can see that haven't spotted you yet. Are you gonna attack them, or are you gonna just let them be for now?
All right, one more time.
There are 2 wolves right below you in the bushes that have not noticed you yet.
Two wolves below me in the bushes. Do I have something fun for this? How far are they from me?
How high would you say that you climbed the tree?
Minimum 20 feet.
That far?
20 feet?
Yeah, they're right underneath the tree.
All right. I'll just use my hand crossbow and fire at them.
Cool. Go ahead and roll for me.
Okay. That'll be a 17 for the first attack,
Okay.
and only a 10 for the second one, unfortunately.
All right, so the second one misses, but the first one hits.
Has this wolf taken its turn?
This wolf has not taken it.
All right, so extra damage. Uh, 20 damage.
Yeah, you skewer that wolf. You just impaled. And he's lying dead on the ground next to his comrade, who has now noticed you. Noticing where the crossbow bolt has come from, and he turns and looks up and he sees you. It is now the wolf's turn. Arioch, the wolf. There's a wolf in front of you, right?
There was a wolf in front of me.
Yeah, the wolf in front of you is gonna make a bite attack.
Okay. Bring it on.
Man, I'm really rolling crappy today. I'm guessing a 13 doesn't hit.
No, a 13 does not hit.
All right. Well, he misses you. The
Fantastic.
wolf that's under you, Grime, he's going to start climbing the tree.
Okay.
But because he's climbing, his movement speed, he can't quite get to you. So he's hanging on to a couple branches just below you.
That must
Yeah.
be a very interesting.
Yeah, he's climbed up the trunk of the tree and he's standing on a branch. He's about 10 feet away from you. Bishop, 2 wolves emerge from the bushes next to you. And they're growling and they've got the hair on the back of their neck standing up and everything, and they've got their tail all poised, and all looking all just angry. They're about 15 feet from you. They don't do anything, but they emerge and they appear very threatening to you. It is back up to Arioch.
Arioch because he now has a creature within touching distance, is going to reach out and touch this creature. I have to make a spell attack. Never mind, I rolled a nat 1. I'm guessing an 8 does not hit.
No, an 8 does not hit. You
Then-
take 2 points of piercing damage as you reach out your hand, and the wolf ends up biting your hand.
Okay, that's fair. But I would like to use my reaction, if it's possible, on my turn. Because he is within 10 feet of me to do Halo of Spores.
Okay. Yeah.
He needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, that's a much better roll. 19?
Yeah, that succeeds. Never mind.
Awesome. Anything else you can do?
No, that's it.
Bishop.
Yeah.
You've got 2 wolves.
Whatever's closer.
They're both standing next to each other about 15 feet from you.
Okay. Can I get in between the two of them where I'd be in melee range of both of them? Or no?
I mean, if you were to stand in front of them, in front of, 5 feet from them, their regular melee range, you would be able to, reach both of them.
Yeah, essentially that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
I want to be able to be in melee range. Hold up. Yeah, whatever movement that takes, I'll do that. And
Okay.
then I'll take a swing at 1.
Mhm.
Whee! Oh dear, that's a 10.
That misses.
Forget it. I swing again. This time it's a 17.
That one hits.
Woohoo! For a total of 8 points of damage.
You have knocked the wolf to the ground. And he's bloody.
Yeah, take that.
Yeah. And he's starting to bleed out. He's not dead, but he's very mortally wounded. And the other wolf turns to you and just growls again after looking at his buddy.
Mayhaps they are rethinking some life choices.
They're hungry wolves. You never know.
Oh.
Anything else you're gonna do, Bishop?
No.
All right, Grime.
Yes.
There's a wolf in the tree.
How far is he from me?
10 feet.
Oh, he's still at range. Cool. I'm gonna shoot him in the face.
Alrighty.
14 and 23.
Yeah, you totally hit him.
Both times? One time?
Both times.
All right, another 20 damage.
Yeah, you shoot him in the face right between the eyes, and just and his dead body falls right out, almost on top of the other one.
We hope for this.
Yeah. There doesn't appear to be any other wolves around you, but you can see where there's more wolves near your friends in the bushes as they're starting to emerge. There are, from your vantage point up in the tree, you can see at least 4 more wolves. Is that the end of your turn?
Yep. That's all I'm going to do.
Alrighty. Arioch. The wolf in
Yes.
front of you. What are you going to do to him?
Isn't it their turn?
Oh, it is the wolf's turn. Oh, well, the wolf in front of you is going to bite you.
Okay.
17.
That hits.
Cool. I finally got a hit. 5 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Bishop, the two of the wolves jump out of the bushes right in front of you, or actually behind you, and they jump on your back and start biting at you. The first one is going to bite at you as it lands first. And does a 23 hit.
Yeah, 23 hits.
Okay. And then for the second wolf, the second wolf misses. He's going to basically bounce off you. So the first wolf does 7 points of piercing damage.
Okay. I have an interesting question.
Yes.
How does that wolf react when he bites into me and realizes I'm not flesh and meat?
He doesn't like it. He seems to be a little confused. But he does seem to, hit some kind of spot, maybe like where there's some of your like tendons or wires or hoses biting into a couple of those. But yeah, he does not like the fact that you are not made of flesh. But whenever he bites you, you know how wolves usually are when they attack. He jumps on you, bites you, and then jumps off and stands to the ground. So now you are surrounded by 3 wolves. You've got the one in front of you that you hurt, and then you've got the 2 behind you that are like flanking you from either side.
Okay.
That is the wolves' turn because the one in front of you is not going to do anything. Back to Arioch.
All right, I'm going to try this again. I'm going to try to hit this thing with a spell, and then I will tell you what the spell does.
Okay.
That's going to be a 24 to hit, so that hits.
That hits.
So I am going to cast Endoleech. Endoleech is a spell from Heliana's Guide to Monster Hunting, Part 1. You touch a creature, absorbing the energy from its body and bolstering your metabolism. Make a melee spell attack against a creature you can reach. On a hit, the target takes 5d6 cold damage and can't take reactions until the end of its next turn. In addition, its speed is reduced by 15 and my speed is increased by 15.
Cool. Yeah, so on a hit, we'll go ahead and roll your damage.
14 points of damage?
Oh, yeah. And you said it's cold damage?
Yes.
Yeah, so whenever you touch it.
I rolled 4d6, so that's actually 17 points of cold damage.
Either way, he's dead. So he, you touch him, and just immediately he just covered in ice, and then just falls over and shatters.
Nice.
You can see your buddy Bishop over there surrounded by 3 wolves. Are you going to make any attempt to get over to him?
Yes, actually, I am going to... How far away is he?
He is... 20 feet from you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll expend some movement to get behind them so that I'm flanking, and he then now has advantage on his attacks.
So because
I'm not a rogue. I don't do that.
So because you guys are flanking the wolves, and the wolves are technically flanking you, both of you guys' advantage would cancel each other out because the wolves are using pack tactics. So they would get advantage.
I didn't know we were doing flanking.
So I will say though. Let's see. Hold on. The wolves. Actually, no. The wolves wouldn't know you were there. Now that I think about it, they would. Whenever you ran up, you were able to run up behind them. They don't know you're there because they're focusing on Bishop. So you would get advantage on your next turn.
Okay.
Anything else you're gonna do?
No, that's gonna be it.
Okay. Bishop.
Actually, hold on.
Oh.
I might do one more thing. Grime has been using his bow, correct? His hand crossbow? All right, can I see Grime?
Probably not. He's up in the trees.
Oh, never mind. I have to. Never mind. This spell requires touch, so never mind. So yeah, that's it for my turn.
Okay. Bishop.
Yee!
I will honor the flanking, just because that's a really good idea from Arioch creeping up behind you. So you have advantage on your attack.
Why do I have advantage? Isn't he the one flanking?
Yeah, but he's a ally helping you. So
But I'm not a rogue. That's.
oh, that's true.
You're right. If I was a rogue and I was using
That's
sneak
true.
attack damage,
You're
that
not
would be
a rogue.
one thing. I am
Well,
not a rogue.
flanking would give you advantage because you've got two people attacking from both sides, and you're the target is then having to split its attention between two enemies.
Right.
Okay.
So,
Fine,
I mean,
guys. I'll take the advantage. Jeez, don't. Let's not
I'm just DM's call, but that's how I've always had it explained to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's your call.
The problem is
What do you
that Bishop's being surrounded by two enemies. So, well,
Okay.
actually three technically. So I don't think
I'm the more flanked.
Yeah. You're more surrounded than Arioch surrounding the wolves. So,
Yeah.
yeah, no, I would say no. You don't have the advantage. Never mind.
Cool.
But you do have
I roll.
two wolves behind you and one wolf in front of you. So
Great axe. Oh yeah, that's an 18.
which roll? Or which wolf?
Let's do the one that's. Oh god. I'll do the one that's between me and Arioch, just to make sure I keep attention pretty well.
The one that bit you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sad it jumped off of me. Otherwise, I would have grabbed it. But this works too.
Okay. Yeah. And you rolled a what? 18?
Rolled an 18.
Yep. Go ahead and roll for damage.
That would be 9 points of slash. And I'm gonna attack another wolf, a different wolf. Doesn't matter which. Either one. Ooh, lordy. That's 22 on that attack.
Yep, that one hits.
And ooh, that is 11 points of slashing damage.
Cool. So the first wolf you hit, just like that other wolf that was next to you, or in front of you, you basically laying down and bleeding. You caught that second wolf on a really good spot and just knocked him down to his feet, but he's not dead yet. And then the second wolf you hit, you ended up just killing him instantly, just whack.
Let's go.
So you have two dead wolves, one in front of you. Oh no, not dead wolves. You have one dead wolf behind you, two mortally wounded wolves, and then you have the one wolf in front of you that's not injured yet.
Yeah, that's it.
Cool. Bishop. Not Bishop. Grime. It is now your turn.
Is it now?
Mm-hmm.
Well, closest enemy.
Closest enemy from the tree, diagonal angle, 40 feet.
40 feet. Damn, I'll put my hand crossbows away and take out my longbow.
All right.
24 on the first attack.
Okay, that
and
one hits.
13 on the second.
That one hits as well.
11 damage in total.
11 damage total. So both arrows, you fire them, and first one pierces. The wolf kind of like turns around a little bit, and then right as soon as he turns around, you get that second one flying through the air, and you are able to drop him. That's the one that was in front of Bishop that hadn't been hurt yet. There's still the two wolves next to you, Arioch and Bishop, that are like mortally wounded but not dead yet. So Grime, you're able to knock out one of those wolves there.
Okay, fantastic. That's my turn.
Cool. Well, since the wolves are basically like almost dead anyway, the wolves can't do anything, and there's no more jumping out of the woods. It seems to be like once they started noticing that they were, getting their butts handed to them, the rest of them kind of ran away. So you guys just have those two dying wolves in front of you.
Are they within 5 feet of each other?
Not within 5 feet of each other, no.
Okay. Are they at least 10 feet apart?
They are at least 10 feet apart, but Bishop's in the way.
That's problematic.
Mm-hmm. You can ask your friend to move.
Yeah, can I hold an action and just kind of like ask Bishop to jump back?
Yeah.
Like take the dodge action and then move? Because I can finish both of these off with one hit.
If that's your turn, if you're asking Bishop to move.
Yeah. Bishop, will you step aside?
Yeah.
Cool.
And then that's also assuming Grime holds too.
Bishop will move for sure.
Sweet.
Well, you were holding your action till Bishop. So
that's right. I was. Yeah. I'm holding my action until Bishop moves. Okay, so yeah. So Bishop moves out of the way. I'm going to call lightning right there so that it hits both of them.
It's not my turn. I can't move until it's my turn, bro. Oh wait, you're holding your action until I move.
Yeah, I held my action until you moved. Yeah, that
so
was
when I move. That's
yep.
Yeah.
It triggers Arioch's action.
So I need 2 con saving throws.
So one of them rolled a 21, the other one rolled a 3.
Okay, so...
But actually, hold on. He's freaking mortally wounded.
Oh.
12. So 3 and a 12.
17 points of damage.
Yeah, you
both
finished
of
them
them.
off.
Okay.
You fried those little puppies.
Yeah, that is a 1. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, 17 points of damage.
After the lightning strike, and the final, yelp of the dying wolves, and you can hear the wolves kind of running off in the distance, howling, like running away. After that, about probably 45 seconds after you hear the last howl, all just goes, and the night is just super still and quiet again, except for the sound of the crackling fire.
Well, alrighty. That was wild. Alright, great. Wow. Alright. So, back to bed, everyone.
Arioch
Yes.
and Bishop.
yeah.
Make me a perception check.
Again.
21.
18.
As you guys are, starting to get everything back to, getting ready to go to sleep and laying things out and standing where you're going to stand, you hear a little bit of like a in the underbrush, and you both notice something black and white.
Is it black and white because my dark vision, or is it just black and white coloration?
So because you have a campfire, that area will be lit up. So it's black and white, not because of your night vision.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do I recognize what this is?
Make me a nature check.
10.
10. You don't recognize it right away until it kind of comes out of the bushes, and it is a skunk.
Yeah, well, that tracks.
No. I immediately cast. Yeah. I'm gonna cast Dust Devil and try to push this thing away.
That's it? That's all you're going to do?
Why are you casting spells at the skunk?
At a skunk? I don't want to get sprayed by a skunk. I mean, I technically still have Call Lightning up.
Why are you just attacking this?
Arioch, as you're getting ready to cast your spell, make me a perception check.
All right, fine. I'll make a perception check.
That's how people get turned into like horrible, because you attacked the angel in disguise.
25.
Yeah. So you're about to cast your spell. You've made your whatever hand gestures you need to make.
Cast counter spell.
The skunk casts counter spell by lifting his butt in the air.
I would worship this skunk if it cast counter spell. All right.
No. So as you're getting ready to do that, right? That you hear this tiny little voice going, "Bugs, bugs, bugs. I love bugs. Looking for bugs. I love bugs, bugs, bugs."
Oh, are you a friendly little guy?
He kind of looks at you and sniffs the air, and you hear a and he still and quiet.
I reach into my pocket and I grab some grubs.
He just starts doing the little skunk stamp, starts stamping his feet.
Oh, no. There's no need for that. I don't want to get sprayed. I just want to be friends.
Bishop's just to take a moment and point out and say, why are the animals for us talking to us?
Oh, no. Eric's the only one that can hear it.
Oh, okay. Did Arioch cast Speak of the Animals or something?
I did not.
Oh. Okay.
He is the Lorax. He speaks for the skunks.
I do. I speak for the trees.
As you're pulling out your grubs, right? He's kind of a little interested because he's sniffing the air, but he's thinking big.
Oh, no, I got rid of the big scaries. The wolves are all dead. Me and my friends have got rid of them. I'll put some grubs out on the ground, arm's length away, and he kind of scoot back a little bit.
And he looks at it, and then he eyeballs you, and he slowly approaches the grubs. How close are you standing?
I said that I put them arm's length away and then backed up a few feet.
Are you going to stay standing, or are you going to crouch down?
Oh, no, I'm going to sit down.
You're going to sit on the ground?
Yeah, I'll sit on the ground.
Oh, perfect.
I'm a friend of Crocatus.
Make me an animal handling check.
Oh, fantastic. 18?
He is very cautious at first, obviously, and he walks up, kind of scampers up to the grubs, sniffs them, picks them up in his mouth and scampers off a little bit, about 10 feet away, and munches on it, and he kind of side-eyes you, and then kind of slowly walks back, all happy. And I love bugs. And he's just munching on the grubs while you're sitting there.
You came at a very opportune time. The wolves are all dealt with now.
He kind of looks at you like he doesn't quite understand what you're saying, but he knows that you're saying something to him. And he kind of is a little taken back that you're talking to him.
I don't have speak with animals, which is ridiculous that I don't. Wow. So it's strange. I can understand you, but you don't seem to understand me.
I eat bugs.
Well, I've got some more, and I'll reach in and I'll grab. Good night, Grime.
He starts sniffing around the camp, and sniffing your pockets. He walks around up to you, starts sniffing your pockets a little bit, and he walks over to Bishop's feet, and he starts sniffing Bishop's feet. And he kind of
here's
here's
a
digging the ground
question.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of in the middle of, how long has it been? Has it been 4 hours since we started resting? Did I take a long rest? Would I have been able to swap a spell out?
So it wouldn't have been a long rest whenever the wolves had come. You guys probably settled down for the night. It might have been about maybe 20 minutes. You guys are starting to doze off.
Okay.
So you guys haven't actually fully gone to sleep, except for Grime, who can just fall asleep at the drop of a pin.
Okay.
So, you were just starting to get into your trance and everything. And then it got interrupted.
All right. All right.
Mhm.
So I wouldn't be able to switch out a spell.
Not yet.
All right.
Remember, skunks are crepuscular.
Right.
So
So it's midnight.
no, it's probably like 11:30, maybe 11:15, maybe not quite that late, because you guys went to sleep right around sundown, so it's probably not even that late. It's probably more like maybe 9 o'clock ish, 9:30 ish.
Oh, okay. Okay. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I wouldn't have gotten 4 hours.
No. So it's about 9:30 at night.
Okay. Well, I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do with the skunk. I mean, I guess I'll just give it grubs and try to send it on its way so it doesn't spray us.
Yeah, he digging in the ground, and he bugs, I like bugs. And whenever he hears like little weird noises, he's
Now,
bugs.
again, I didn't cast Speak with Animals, but I can understand it. So, can I roll like an insight check to try to determine why I can understand this skunk? A 12?
So because you're from the area, right? You're an elf. You're from the forest there, and you are a follower of Caractacus. These are little woodland creatures, right?
Right?
So this forest, as Twin explained, has a very strong magical presence coming from it, and in certain spots. And so, using your kind of druid knowledge, you think that these are because of the magical influence in the area, and the fact that you happen to be a follower of Caractacus, you can understand the little critters.
Okay, so it's because of the strong magical presence. It's either they're like half awakened, or or like it's because the magical presence is from a seed of magic.
So it's yeah, exactly. They're like half awakened basically. They can't understand you, but because of your connection with Caractacus, you can understand them.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool. Interesting. Damn, I wish I had more connection with the wolves.
Yeah, maybe they wouldn't have tried to bite you.
I tried.
Yeah. So
All right, little friend, you continue finding bugs. We're just gonna go to sleep now. All right, you just have fun.
yeah, the little skunk, he kind of he sees the fire and he kind of sniffs it a little bit, is getting close but not touching, and then he does his little thing and he kind of just wanders back off in the bushes.
All right, I'll finish my meditation.
You hear a couple little owls in the background, hoo hoo, crickets chirping, stuff like that. It's regular night noises and stuff like that.
Oh my gosh, what? I can understand the animals. What's the gossip? What are they saying?
The owls. The owls seem to be calling back and forth, and they sound like a bunch of like old biddies on the phone.
Oh hell yes!
And they're like talking about like, oh, did you know that Agnes she fell down a bunch of rocks and she broke her wing. I guess I didn't know that she broke her wing. And then the crickets, they're singing songs. They're very beautiful songs, and they sing like you've never heard these songs before. But they're singing in Elvish, so you can understand their songs. They seem to be like lullabies. That they're singing, but they're also like praises and lullabies in between, mixed in. the little like cicadas at night, they're they seem to be more of like they're just mischievous and they're just making racket because. So it's just they're like bah! Just doing that. Like it sounds like little tiny voices just going bah! And then giggling and then more bah! Like they're trying to keep everybody awake. The a couple of the other sounds you can hear is like you can hear other little voices, saying like or you can hear the little bugs. I like bugs. And then you can hear I'm trying to think what else you could hear.
Are there any bats?
Yeah, the bats. There you hear them and it's almost like they're fighter pilots over a radio communicating with each other. I mean,
that's dope.
oh, on your left, So they're they're communicating like the position of all the little mosquitoes, and you can hear the mosquitoes, and they're talking in like another language, right? And they're and trying to escape from the bats, but the bats are just scooping them up and eating them, and stuff like that.
I love it.
Yeah, so they're like dog fighting in the air, right? Everybody is able to get a nice long rest. So you can mark off a long rest. Swap around whatever spells you need to do. Heal whatever hit points, that kind of jazz.
Fantastic.
And then it's early morning. You guys wake up with the sunrise. And you can hear the little birds, they're chirping, tweeting away, just and some of the little birdies to you, Arioch, they sound like they're singing, kind of like the same thing that the crickets were singing, but a little bit more of a gayer tune, more happy, more uplifting. You hear some of them be like, "Oh no, what are we gonna do today? I have so much to do today. I can't get it done today. Where do I start? Where do I start?" You kind of hear some of those, and then like for the most part, there's a kind of the voices of the forest in the morning. It's just like a bunch of hoopla going on. I'm assuming you guys are gonna put out the fire, get ready, pack stuff up, ready to go. Should take you like 20 minutes, maybe tops, to pack all your stuff up and get ready to go, and maybe wake up Grime if you can get him out of the tree.
Rise and shine, sleepyhead. It's time to get going. Grime?
10
No,
minutes.
no. You said that 10 minutes ago.
No, I said 5 minutes 10 minutes ago.
Well, it still doesn't change the fact that...
You're bad at time?
No, I think you're lazy.
Don't tell me things that I already know.
Well, either way, look. We're packing. Get ready. Please.
I'm packing too. And I hold up my hand crossbow.
All right, geez, I'll put my hands up. Forget it, all right? 10 more minutes. 10 more minutes. Fungus, you go get him next time.
Fungus aids in packing things up, and then then you see him and he kind of like stretches or whatever, and then he wanders the tree, like scratching his butt, takes a leak, that kind of stuff. And then he looks at the tree up at Grime, and he's muttering under his breath the whole time, just "Oh fuck myself." And then climbs the tree. He sits up on the branch next to Grime, and he like starts poking him. Doesn't say anything, just starts poking him.
Poke me again, I kick you out of the tree.
Fungus? He asks you, breakfast?
I have no idea what you said, but alright.
He just kind of shrugs, fungus, and then he comes back down the tree. He waddles over to you, Arioch, and he, fungus.
Well, all right. You promised a breakfast now. Now we've got to make him breakfast.
He
Is that what he said?
Aye, that's what he said. He said breakfast. What planet are you on?
You see him, and he looks up, and he sees like a bird nest, and he kind of reaches up and points at it, and then you see the bird nest fall out of the tree and land like gently on a pile of leaves, all the eggs intact.
Fungus, are you out here casting mage hand?
Oh, Fungus.
That's incredible. Alright, fine. Scrambled, poached, or fried?
Fungus.
Alright. Over easy it is. Grime, how do you take your eggs?
What? I'm not gonna eat those.
Why not?
Because they weren't raised properly. Those are probably fertilized eggs. You'll crack that open and it will be a small little chicken.
I cracked the egg open. Is there a fertilized egg in there?
Roll me a percentage dice.
Wow, for someone who is part of nature, you really don't care about it.
Look, it's not about not.
Actually,
No,
roll me a d6 first, and then roll me a percentage.
5.
So go ahead and roll your percentage dice.
54.
So luckily for you, none of the eggs were fertilized.
Grime, you're worrying for nothing. None of these eggs are fertilized. Look, it's not like we're eating. What is that dish called? With the fertilized fermented eggs. I've heard it's delicious, but I've never tried it. Balut?
Ooh, what is
Balut.
it? Balut?
Yeah. It's not balut. It's just scrambled or fried over easy eggs.
You see, you didn't notice that Fungus had wandered off into the bushes a little bit, but he comes back out of the bushes, and he's holding a couple other squirrels over his
I'm
shoulder.
not even going to ask how you managed it, but thank you.
He simply
Fungus.
snapped their necks using mage hand.
God, that's so gruesome to think about. This little adolescent mushroom dude just walking out with mage hand, just going to a bunch of squirrels. All right, I start getting the back fat off of the squirrels. A little squirrel bacon, and then mix it up. Oh, I'm gonna make an omelet instead. I make some I don't even know what fucking kind of birds they were. Probably like, what would you say?
I don't
Some
know.
random
Just
bird
birds.
egg with some squirrel bacon on top.
Fungus hands you a couple of these little weeds that you see.
Oh,
Hey.
look at that!
Fungus?
Alright, cool. I'll sprinkle them on top, Salt Bay style, and then I'll hand Grime a plate of food.
D20 for
Right.
taste.
Grime, you gonna partake of this weird omelet?
Weird omelet. What, you didn't make anything for Bishop? How dare you?
Well, that's a 17 for taste.
Ooh.
Wait, what's that over there?
Oh, where? I look.
Point, do you look? Okay, I quickly consume the food on your plate.
I look back. Where are you talking about?
No, I don't know what you're
I
talking
didn't, s-
about. No, this
I
is
didn't
pretty
see
okay.
anything. What? Where did my food go? Fungus, did you eat my eggs?
Oh, Fungus.
Yep,
I
you
squint
sure
my
did.
eyes at Fungus.
I shrug and eat my plate.
So then Fungus finally, he sighs and he goes, "Ah, Fungus." He goes over to your pouch, flops the flop over, and climbs inside. and then you can hear him. You can like because he left the flap open. You can hear him like moving around down there, and you hear like jars and stuff rattling or whatever. And then he comes back up a few minutes later, and he holds up this mushed like patty of something, and then he points at a fire and he goes, "Fungus."
What the hell is that?
Oh, fungus.
You want me to throw this in the fire?
Oh, fungus.
Alright, fine. You want,
wants-
alright, so I'll cook it.
He wants you to. As you cook it, it starts to kind of smell like
Ooh.
sausage.
I don't remember having sausage.
Oh, fungus.
I narrow my eyes again at Fungus.
He made wolf
You-
sausages last night.
Oh, interesting. Insight check.
Yeah, go ahead.
18.
You don't notice any wolf carcasses lying around.
Hmm.
So Grime is most likely right.
Interesting. Alright. So we finish up our breakfast. We put the dishes away. We've packed up. What's next? We start moving on in the direction that we were headed, right?
Yep, roll me
Oh,
a survival
boy.
check. You're the one leading the way, Arioch.
18.
Ooh, much better. Yeah. So after seeing the stars and kind of understanding where you're at, and the layout of the land a little bit, you know exactly where you need to go now. Like, I think I'm 100% certain it's going to be in this direction. So you guys start heading out. You start traveling for it's been about 2 hours, maybe. Yeah, 2 hours. So it's, let's see, to the time. It's 9 o'clock in the morning. All of a sudden you hear this like weird singing that doesn't seem to be like any of the birds or little critters, Arioch. Like everybody can hear the singing, and it kind of, I like the summer sun, and I smell the you can't really make out the words, but like every once in a while you can hear like, whoever it is singing about food. And it's probably a good like 30 feet in front of you, kind of over the top of like a little like hill.
Alright. I turn to Bishop and Grime and I'll let them know. I'll be like, hey, I hear somebody up ahead and they seem to be singing about food. I don't know if you guys can hear it or not, but that's what's going on.
Has to be an animal.
It's possible it's an animal, but we should still proceed with caution. You know what? Actually, I swapped out a spell this morning, and I took Speak with Animals.
Well, you have to confirm it's an
You're
animal
right.
first.
You're
before you
right. So I'm
waste
going
the
to get
spell.
closer until I see it.
You crest the hill a little bit, and when you come down on like the little dip at the bottom of the hill, you see a goblin
Ah, I see.
by himself, and he's singing along this jaunty little tune, and he seems to be like he's slicing like a couple of fish, like he's about to make some lunch or breakfast. Or
So is
whatever.
he singing in common?
Yep,
Oh,
he's singing a common.
Okay. All right.
Like the sun, like bird. Doesn't make any sense,
It's a
but he's like
goblin?
singing about it.
Greetings.
Where did you come from?
Well, the forest?
I know that, dummy.
Where did
Where are you from?
He called you dummy.
Grime? Now's not the time. I came for birdsong.
Ah, figures. You guys always tromping through here.
Well, aye, this is the home of the elves.
Ah,
And he goes back to like chopping up his fish a little bit, and like you see him. He's got like this little pot and with a little bit of like water and all this stuff, and he's like, just keeps making his breakfast.
What are you doing out here?
what do you want with me? Go away.
All right, fine. Just walk past him.
Trespassers.
Trespassers?
What do you want
I
with me?
don't want anything from you.
What are you doing in the forest?
I'm passing through. What are you doing in the forest?
Where are you going in the forest?
That's my business.
He's very animated when he talks. He like flings his hands around and he's like moving his head up and down. And sometimes like he kind of stamps his feet a little bit, even though he's sitting on a stool. He goes,
Your business? You're in my...
Your forest? Absolutely not. No. No, not at all. You're in my forest.
This is Slagglebum Forest, and you are in it.
Are you Slagglebum? Well, I've got news for you, Slagglebum. You're a freeloader.
Freeloader? Slagglebum live here for
For what?
forever.
Forever?
Forever's a long time.
Forever is, well, forever is a long time, but, his whole life, he's a goblin. He's got like a 20-year lifespan?
Ah,
25.
25. Alright, great. Fantastic. Move along, you bum. You're in the wrong... Look, we're looking for something important. And that's clearly not you.
what important thing you seek?
You should tell him. He seems like a very trustworthy
Insight
guy.
check. I want to insight check Slugglebum. Slagglebum.
Slagglebum. Yeah, go ahead.
That's a 12. I can read him like a book.
What did you ask him exactly?
No, Grime said he seems trustworthy. Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to insight.
Okay. Yeah, he's pretty trustworthy.
We're looking for great magical power. Perhaps. Arioch looks left.
Right magical around you?
Arioch looks left, looks right, leans in, and he whispers, "A seed of magic."
Fabled seeds of magic.
You said fabled seeds of magic?
Bunch of bogus baloney.
I don't know why I'm...
Yep, they don't exist.
Let me guess, much like elves.
Yes, elves don't exist. This goblin will agree with me.
Have you seen an elf?
They don't exist. I've never seen one.
Listen to the big man.
Eddie, that's it. I'm leaving.
Yeah, be gone, you pointy-eared freak.
Arioch is going to take a deep breath.
Wow, racism. Cannot believe in my D&D game. Not possible.
Alright, you filthy goblin. Tell me everything you know about the seeds of magic, elves in the area, and perhaps even the Fungi.
Hey,
More
Excuse-
racism. My
excuse me.
goodness.
Excuse me. Why do you assume all goblins are filthy?
Well-
that was to you, Arioch.
That's a great question. I don't know. Let's perhaps take a start with they're disgusting, they're always covered in dirt, the inbreeding, and just their nasty ways.
While you're saying that, make me a perception check, Arioch.
All right. This is about to be the cleanest goblin ever, isn't it? 16.
Yeah, that's what we should be worried about.
Yeah, he's dressed very nicely, and he's sitting next to like this tiny little tent. He has pots, he has pans, that kind of stuff. Like this seems to be like his little like nomadic home space that he has right now. Except for the fact that his hands are dirty, he seems to be pretty clean.
Arioch's eye
And
begins
he doesn't
to twitch.
have that distinct goblin smell that a lot of goblins have.
Mm.
Quite interesting that you would say such things.
Yeah. The
Just
dirty
because
goblins
you're
that
a little more in tune with nature than your other races.
All
Makes
right.
us filthy.
I can admit when I'm wrong.
You should do so now.
I am wrong about. What was your name again? I apologize. Snagglebum?
Bum.
Big ears? Did they not work?
We've just met. You expect me to remember your name right off the bat?
It's like 10 times?
Skagglebum.
And what is your name, pray tell?
Arioch.
Arioch.
Aye, Arioch.
He says it in like perfect Elvish.
That's incredible. Your accent is flawless.
Which accent?
You just spoke my name in Elvish with a perfect accent. I didn't say it in common, I said it in Elvish.
Those things exist.
Oh, God save us. Alright. Listen. I'm not saying that you are a waste of time. I'm just saying we've got important things to do and we might need to be moving on from here. So we should move on.
Be gone with you.
Gladly.
He doesn't say anything else after that. He just goes back to humming and singing and making his bets.
I'll lean in real close to him, speaking Goblin, be like, any rumors?
And he talks back in Goblin, and he goes, I know that he's an elf. Just teasing him. And
As I
he
have
says,
Forever.
yeah. So, you guys giggling back and forth, whispering, and talking in Goblin. And he says he's actually great friends with the elves in Birdsong, and he travels through there often. This is his home. This is where he lives, in this forest area. And he says he doesn't know about any seeds of magic. He's never heard that term, but he knows that there's a like these interesting magical beings that live about 3 miles from where you guys currently are.
Did he give a direction?
So you guys are heading west. You need to be heading slightly more northwest. More northwest.
Okay. I'll thank him for his information, hand him a silver piece, and then move on. And then I'll continue walking.
Guys
I'll
gonna
be
follow.
like, hey, Bishop. Hey, Bishop.
Yes. Right.
We should be heading a little more northwest.
Okay. I was about to say, yeah, I accessed my internal compass and I figured that shit out. No.
At the next
God.
tree, turn right.
Actually, yeah, that's pretty much what Bishop does. Do we need to? Shall I roll? Shall I roll the survival for this?
At Red Oak, 543,819. Turn right.
Okay, that's actually pretty good. 18 for a survival roll.
Yeah.
Is that
Bishop,
which way?
Bishop, even though he doesn't he's never been on this planet, Grime told him northwest, and immediately Bishop goes this way.
So yeah, that's basically how it works. I'm a Tom right now, right? That's what those things are.
That's amazing.
Throwback.
Seriously.
Evil Tom.
Looks like we're gonna go this way.
You guys travel on for 3 miles, just like the goblin said, and you guys start feeling this weird tingly feeling all over your bodies.
Whoa, I have feelings. I'm a real boy.
Yeah, actually, you can kind of feel it a little bit. It's almost like the molecules in your metal, are vibrating really fast.
I will never stop making jokes.
Please don't stop making those jokes.
Whenever I feel anything, it's always because I'm a real boy now.
Are you? How close would you say you're standing next to either one, Arioch or Grime?
Oh, I don't know. That's a good question. I guess that would depend on how we're traveling.
Well, if you were kind of walking in front, I guess
You're
you
right.
would be.
Then I would probably be close. Good point. Yeah, whoever would be.
I would imagine that naturally we would be anywhere from 5 to 10 feet apart.
Sure.
Okay.
A varying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Grime, did you immediately follow Bishop, or did you make Arioch go in front of you?
Nope. I would follow Bishop.
Okay. So I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw. Or no.
Wait,
I wouldn't say dexterity saving throw. Hold on. Make me
make this saving?
It's a. Just make me a strength throw, like a strength check.
Am I exerting force in some way?
In a way.
Uh-oh.
Let's go with a 14.
Okay. As you're walking behind Bishop and you feel all this tingly stuff going on around the forest, your crossbow, your hand crossbow, starts to lift up off your belt or wherever you keep it. And it's starts to want to go and stick to Bishop, but you're able to pull it back and put it away before it gets stuck to him.
Gravity tethers online.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for
and
real.
anything metal is starting to try to go towards Bishop.
Unfortunately, Arioch also has a lot of metal on him.
Yeah, but you're not directly behind Bishop. So.
That's okay. That's fair.
Now, is it anything metal?
Anything metal.
Uh-oh.
Out of my special sack, I'm just going to keep taking out these copper coins and releasing them so they stick to the Bishop.
They
Okay,
just
so-
plink, plink, plunk, stick to me.
Yeah.
Do you
that's-
spell anything out with the copper pieces?
Yeah, I'm going to write Gardner was here.
Yes. Okay.
I do nothing to prevent them.
Yeah, you just notice something going tink up against your back.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm okay with it.
Arioch, are you gonna say something, or are you just gonna like just silently giggle to yourself in the back?
I think Arioch would look at the situation and realize that it's very odd, very peculiar, but the party has a reputation of kind of fucking with each other. So I think he wouldn't say anything right off the bat, but would definitely internally laugh.
So it's about 5 minutes of this goofy goings on and the weird tingly feeling and everything. You still have the weird tingly feeling. All of you make me a perception check.
24.
Wow. 7.
Ooh.
What did you roll, Grime?
Perception?
Yeah, perception.
11.
11, 24, and what'd you say, 7, Bishop?
Yep.
Arioch, you're the only one that hears this. You can hear this soft whispering and rustling in the trees and the bushes and everything all around you.
Okay.
And it's, this... And that's all you can hear. You can't make out any words. It seems to be a language you can't speak. But it's coming, following you as you guys are walking through the forest.
Without breaking stride, Arioch is going to kind of just casually say to Grime, just be like, "Hey, buddy, there's something in the bushes that's following us. Maybe you could let Bishop know. I don't feel like shouting it out, but we're being followed right now."
Brian would yell out, "We're being followed? That's great!"
Arioch
as soon
face
as-
palms.
As soon as Grime says that, Arioch, you don't hear anything anymore. And it's
sorry, you should totally forgive this filthy goblin.
It's
Continue walking.
dead silent. The whole forest is dead silent. It's almost like not even your footsteps make any sounds.
I asked for that. Grime, apologies.
Just gonna narrow the eyes, staring at you, and continue walking.
Oh, careful, don't trip.
Fungus, all of a sudden, as he's walking beside you, Arioch, he kind of perks up and starts sniffing the air.
What is it, boy? Did Timmy fall down a well?
And he goes, he Fungus?
Do-
And he basically what he says is he goes, family?
Family? Oh, did you smell more of your kind?
Oh, Fungus.
I scoop Fungus up and walk to the kind of I imagine that we're not on a trail of any kind, but we're kind of just walking through the brush. I'll walk to the nearest bush and just kind of be like, "Hello, is there anyone there? I seem to have befriended one of your kind. We're looking for you."
All of a sudden you hear these little gigglings just
I don't see what's funny, but hello?
Fungus looks at you and he goes, Fungus. And he's like, you're talking to a bush.
Oh. Well, point me in the direction then.
He kind of just looks up and looks all around, and then he points to a bush that's not that far away.
Alright. I'll walk over to the bush, get down on my hands and knees to be like, hello?
Make me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, great. Natural 1.
Cool. Constitution saving throw.
Another natural 1.
Sweet. You instantly have the sneezes,
Great.
and your face is now itchy and swollen for the next hour. But when this happens, what had happened is one of the little creatures puffed a cloud of spores in your face and then ran off.
That wasn't very nice. I was just trying to say hello. Go back here, please. I've got one of your family.
Fungus, he's like, oh, fungus. You can hear the brush, the underbrush, and then it stops whenever fungus talks. And then, slowly you can kind of hear little footsteps kind of walking back towards you. And you see about the size of fungus is now, which is about a toddler size. This little tiny mushroom hand and little mushroom cap pop out of the bush, and it's yellow with light blue spots, and it kind of
So
emerges from the bush and
cute.
looks at you all cautiously.
Greetings. I can't understand you.
Looks over at fungus and then stands up straight and kind of squares up a little bit and checking him out, trying to figure out where he came from because he doesn't recognize him.
Right.
So the fungus is kind of oh, fungus? Is walking around him. It's not wearing any clothes, but fungus is wearing clothes, so it's very confused at fungus's appearance, and he's walking around trying to figure him out, and looking him up and down. Fungus, can I help you? What are you doing? Hello. And it just keeps whispering in this tongue that you can't understand.
Well, we here looking for you guys. We've brought one of your own here. We're friends.
The little Funji walks up to you, kind of looks at you for a minute, and then touches your leg, and then touches what all your little pouches, and poking you, trying to figure you out, and just kind of
Ooh, they're
stands back for a second, and then goes. And then all of a sudden you hear a bunch of little rustling and a bunch of little fungi just come out of the bushes and the trees, varying heights and everything, different colors. Some of their caps look differently. Some of them are tall and skinny. Some of them are short and fat. Some of them have different striations all around their bodies. Some of them have polka dots. Some of them don't. So they all look different. And a couple of them come off of the trees, they were camouflaged into the tree. And they all gather around you guys, and they're standing around you, and they're all checking you out, poking you, and trying to feel not just you, but all three of you, just trying to figure out what you are, petting Grimes' fur, trying to figure out what he is, dinking up on, knocking on Bishop's legs, making that little dink 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 sound, and they're just all fascinated, and they're all
I'm getting very strong Ewok vibes.
Get out of my head. Anyway, now that you guys have met the Fungi, dun, 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 we're gonna end the episode right there.
Oh, fantastic. Oh my gosh. I love the little fungi. I love them so much.
He's good.
Hell yeah.
He's good.
It's good. It's good.
He's
All right.
good.
Yeah, so ending there. Thank you for joining us for another round here at the Groggy Donkey. If you want to find us on social media, we can be found on most of the social medias like Facebook, Instagram, at Groggy Donkey. We also have a Patreon. The Patreon is also Groggy Donkey. And if you want to check out and see what Brian is doing, he has a YouTube channel called Low Action Gaming, and you could also check out Low Action Roleplay as well. But yeah, tell all your friends about us, and we look forward to seeing you next time for another round here at the Groggy Donkey. Stay groggy, everyone.
Groggy Donkey calls us home, and the adventure spirits roam.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, the Groggy Donkey calls us home with the